Indiana, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Tally, Autry Plumbing, Simcal Demolition.
There you go, Larson!
And starting from 11th, from Byerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, the Grew Equipment Auctions, Bass Paint, Livewire Customs. Number 19, it's Brent Marks.
We now move into the top 10 starting positions. From Altoona, Iowa, in the Country Builders Construction, Ochoco West, Boswell Family Farms, Tucker Trucking, 88W, The Big Unit, Austin McCarl. And to his inside, from Jacksonville, Oregon, he drives the Tarleton Sun Incorporated, American Rock and Rent, Durst Incorporated, High Performance Lubricants, 21T of Tanner Holmes.
And starting outside of run number 4 in his Thunderbolt debut tonight from Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Glass and Coating, Mountain Mechanical, Mad Motorsports, number 42, it's Cy Lynch. And starting 7th, the former World Outlaws winner here at the Thunderbolt. From Clute, Texas, the Vulcans Brothers Trucking, STC American Table, B&L Holdings, Power Plus, number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel.
Starting 6th, from Elk Grove, California, in the FloRacing, Finley Farms, HendrickCars.com, Vulcans Brothers Trucking, Works Limited, JBI Group, car number 57, Young Money, Kyle Larson. And to his inside, starting 5th, from Indianapolis, Indiana, the NOS Energy Drink, Inspired Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts, Brant, Gamebridge, car number 7, BC, Sunshine, Tyler Courtney.
And outside of row number 2 in the 4th position, from Enumclaw, Washington, the Kane Screen Print, Primos Collection, Matman Designs, HendrickCars.com, Caravan Trailers, number 9, it's Casey Kane. And starting 3rd, he is the Durst Dice Roll driver here tonight, one of our Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contenders. From Waco, Texas, the All-Boy Your Alternative, Infamous Inc., Bush's Chicken, Flint Rock Ranch, Easy Print, number 9R, the Quickest Chicken, Chase Randall.
And here is tonight's front row for Wednesday night here at the Thunderbolt Raceway. To the outside of the front row from St. Helena, California, he drives the Rico Abreu, Curb Agajanian Racing, Pacific Boring, Settlehofer Construction, Waste Connections, ArtZone.com, car number 24 for Rico Abreu. And starting on the pole, he's the 2008 Trophy Cup champion. He is the defending Kubota High Limit Series champion. From Grass Valley, California, the Napa Auto Parts, Brumos Collection, Durst Incorporated, Factory Cane, Self-Storage Hub, Telma, car number 49, it's the Big Cat, Brad Sweet.
So 27 cars are going to go for 30 laps here on a Wednesday night in Tulare, California. Things are about to get interesting, and they've already been interesting all night long, Tony. We've seen great stuff here throughout qualifying, the heats, and the B-Main got ended off with quite the bang as well. Corey Day taking the win on the final corner. We're expecting to see a whole lot more action here in this 30-lapper.
This track will test everything you have.
Thank you very much, Tony. Cars come to life. And for the final time tonight, we get to listen into a song from the High Roller playlist of Rico Abreu. It's Whiskey Myers with The Wolf. All of the cars have come to life, 27 of them, ready to go 30 laps here in a matter of moments in Central California. HendrickCars.com pace truck makes its way into turn 3. And the 27 starters during race number 2 with Kubota Highland Racing will make it their way in behind him. Led by Brad Sweet and Rico Abreu, both on the podium here last year. Not able to get the win, however. Brad Sweet never has won at the Thunderbolt Raceway. Best run, second here in 2022. He's got 9 top 10 finishes between the Outlaws and here with High Limit. 2008 Trophy Cup champion, as Brad alluded to earlier. This place has been on Brad Sweet's bucket list for a long time. Can it happen here tonight? They're back to 2013 when he almost won by about, what, half a straightaway away from getting the win then.
And a big opportunity for Ty Wolfgang as the new crew chief for the 49 car, get his first win as the crew chief with Brad Sweet. So a lot on the table for this team right now.
There certainly is. As it looks like everybody's found, or just about found, the proper starting positions. Thunderbolt Raceway, welcome to the High Limit Room.
Forward! Cha-ching!
We've got 27 high rollers.
Cha-ching! Cha-ching! Cha-ching!
Jackpot here tonight. It's time to double down. It's time to raise the stakes. And it is time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing. Breaking off the 4 wide and now getting back behind the HendrickCars.com pace truck. Next time by, the green flag will be out on race number 2 of season 2 with High Limit Racing. Brad Sweet and Rico Abreu in row 1. Chase Randall and Casey Kane in row number 2. Row 3, Tyler Courtney and Kyle Larson. 4th row is Aaron Reitzel and Cy Lynch. Then you've got Tanner Holmes and Austin McCarl, Brent Marks, Spencer Baston, Robbie Price and Justin Sanders, Tim Kading and Dason Persley, Shane Golobic, Ryan Bernal, DJ Neto, Caleb Montgomery, the first 20 starters in this one. Thunderbolt Raceway, we got them racked, we got them stacked, and we've got the grandstands packed. Let's go racing over turn number 4. We are green.
Brad Sweet leads the field through turns 1, 2. Rico Hahn on tails. Here comes Casey Kane around the outside of Chase Randall's issues for Cy Lynch as we got
Wow!
Sanders, Dason Persley.
Yes,
Hey!
Cy Lynch hit one of the ruts down there in the corner, got the car biked up, and then the car
Then it's gonna
lost
start
power,
again.
stacked up the rest of the field behind
They're
him.
gonna restart.
Hey, Remote, you're like
Come on.
you're like behind me.
Dason
Oh my
Persley
gosh.
ready to go, it appeared
Oh,
right there
don't
as
do
well.
that. Don't ruin my... Oh my gosh. Really?
Oh, you don't want to round up? Okay.
Yeah, so it all started, as we mentioned, it was
Why
Cy
are you
Lynch. He
ruining my
started
video?
8th on the field, and his car lost power coming off the corner. And you can see the damage right there to Sanders' front axle. Things did not go very well for Sanders in Vegas as well. Did not make the show over there last Saturday night. Got a replay coming up here on FloRacing. It's presented by Comp Cams. Here, we'll take a look. You see Cy Lynch, bright orange car. Looked like Reitzel had an issue right there as well, Brad, and then they get stacked up.
Yeah, Reitzel got on the bike, and then Cy Lynch obviously off the pace. McCarl checked up, and Sanders nowhere to go, and you're trying to get everything you can off the exit of turn number 2 here, and it's really easy to get stacked up, especially with the track conditions being this rough in turns 1 and 2.
You know, looking at that replay, it looked like Baston might have some nose wing damage as well in his car. I see him waving his hand around over there in turn 3. And yeah, see, oh, there it is, right there. Yeah, there's definitely some nose wing damage to Spencer Baston's 14. Sounds like Tony Laporta might have something for us. Tony?
Yeah, Chase, I think I'm down here, I believe Justin Sanders trying to direct safety on the best way to help get that number 2X down. It is very precariously positioned on top of that Book Motorsports number 13 for Dason Pursley. That front end of Pursley's number 13, a ton of damage. Right front corner completely knocked off the car. The shock completely broken. 3 out of 4, maybe all 4 of the mounts for the nose wing snapped in half. The nose wing itself completely can opened, pretty much shredded right down the side. And because of where Sanders' car is, can't really even get close enough to see the left front. They're finally getting some movement as you can see Pursley's front end just mangled. And inversely, the left front corner on the Midtree number 2X for Justin Sanders has heavy damage. You can see the nose wing knocked off up at the top of Sanders' machine. But the biggest news is they finally have gotten these two cars separated, because when we got over here, they were absolutely wedged into each other. Pursley's left front into the left rear of Justin Sanders' number 2X. But as you can see now, they're finally going to be able to pull away the Book Motorsports number 13 of Pursley. Heavy damage on both these race cars down here, and did not get a chance to check in with Cy Lynch before they fired him away. But cleanup continues here on the back straightaway.
Yeah, it looks like Baston now heading towards the work area. As you saw, the damage to the front end of his car. Cy Lynch also, I believe, in the work area, car number 42. And so you can see frame rails on the ground there for Justin Sanders, and going to be tough to fix that one back in the work area, Brett.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you see Sanders pulling out the cars, we have a replay here on FloRacing, and TK got a big chunk of that too, and he cut the right rear on the 0 car.
Yeah, so TK's sitting over there in the 3rd and 4th quarter. We'll see what the damage looks like for him when he gets by on the front stretch side. But Justin Sanders, just a ton of damage to that car. He is scheduled to run with us at Kern on Friday night, as well as Paris Auto Speedway. We hope to see some of you folks down there at either of those racetracks. Kern Raceway, not too far, about an hour and 15 minutes away here from Tulare. We're racing there on Friday night, and then we go a little bit farther south to Paris Auto Speedway on Saturday. Tony, you got more for us?
I do, Chase. I'm getting a ride right now from Cy Lynch's crew over to the work area. Hunter Brady rode by on a quad and asked how bad's my race car. I tried to be honest with him and told him it wasn't good. Did talk to Zane Reese on Cy Lynch's number 42. They weren't sure what the issue was. Nothing major, as the 42 is already back on track over here by the Book Motorsports number 13. They are done. Lanny Nichols lets me know on Dason Pursley's car, they are done. That thing will not be repaired and get back out on the track. Heading over to the other side here to see what the word is on Spencer Baston's number 14.
Well, the 0 of Tim Kading has a flat right rear, and it looks like maybe some more damage there, Brad, as he's wobbling off the track.
Absolutely. Flat right rear. The outer is definitely bent. Well, hopefully there's no rear end damages. He took a hard hit, didn't catch that on the first replay. A great job by our camera team in the infield here at the Thunderbolt.
It's a nose wing change down here for the Jason Myers Racing crew and Spencer Baston. No structural damage, nothing on the suspension, we're told. So they've already got the new nose wing on, and they're going to go to work on swapping that off. And then I believe Kading coming into the work area as well here. We'll get over and see exactly what it looks like. Oh, flat right rear there on the 0. You guys probably called that out already, but they are bringing the 0 into the work area.
Definitely a busy work area right now behind the wall in turns 1 and 2. As it looks like the accident scene has been cleaned up and cleared away, so should be able to refire cars here momentarily. No laps completed, still 30 to go for an incident involving several cars. Cy Lynch was one of them. Dason Pursley, Justin Sanders, Tim Kading, and Spencer Baston all getting a piece of it, either going to the work area or out of the race.
And the biggest gainers from this one, Chase, are your provisional takers. Justin Peck coming in tonight, very decent in points after Vegas. Had to take a provisional tonight. He just gained a handful of spots. We'll see if the 26 car can capitalize on that, along with Tanner Thorson and Brennan Crouch.
Cy Lynch back on the track. Tony, what do you got?
Yeah, talked to team manager Cy's uncle, Chad Hill, and they honestly think nothing serious, possibly just a case of once he biked up, slamming on the brakes, reacting to that situation, and that's possibly just what caused the stall aboard that number 42. Tim Kading down here in the work area, got the car jacked up. They're getting ready to drop it back down with a new rear on it. And then the reason for the delay on just putting on a new nose wing for Spencer Baston in that Sander Engineering number 14 was they had to actually physically hammer and beat the front mounting brackets for that nose wing back into place after sustaining just a little bit of front damage, but it was enough to make it impossible to get that nose wing back mounted on until they beat him back into place.
All right, yeah, Baston now reappears on the back straightaway. Look at the hole in the track there from when Sanders dug in, Brad. That's pretty major, at least from this camera angle.
Absolutely. It's far enough down the straightaway, it might not make too big of a difference, but definitely something to keep an eye on as the race develops, as we've seen a little bit of carnage here on the start, adding just a little bit more character to the Thunderbolt.
Yeah, one guy that we're going to be keeping an eye on here, haven't really talked a whole lot about him, that is Corey Day. Besides the B-main, got the win on the last lap. He was scheduled to start 21st in this one. He's going to pass those 5 guys that wrecked right there, so he's going to go from 21st to around, 16th or 17th position here, and we know that he's going to be on the move.
Absolutely. Track's a little bit heavier than we've seen in a few years here at the Thunderbolt Raceway, but Corey knows how to get it done around the Thunderbolt Raceway. Good opportunity, a little bit of a break. They kind of struggled as the night started off.
Looked like the 73 of Ryan Burnell just pulled off the track and into the work area, Tony. Is that what happened?
Yeah, Ryan Burnell just came up past me on the top of the ramp. He's heading into the work area. The really tricky thing here at Tulare is all the crews are completely blind behind the turns 1 and 2 boards here. If they stay in the work area, they can't see the race. They don't know what's going on. So they're situated on the grandstand bleachers on top of the storage containers, just on the turn 1 side of the main front stretch grandstands. So Bernal came to a stop. I don't believe he had anybody down there waiting for him. His crew now has just hustled all their way down. We're going to get down and try and see what's going on. But Bernal, when he came to a stop, he had to wait for his crew to even get to him from the viewing stands outside of turn number 1.
Jimmy May, the crew chief on the car, just ended up with a 5th place run at Vegas with Brady Bacon behind the wheel. And unfortunately, Bernal is now back there in the work area. They've looking at the left rear portion of the car. Kubota Highland Racing official in behind with the push vehicle when he's ready to go. So that's another spot for Corey Day. And his 6 spots that he gained in a lap without anybody having to pass anybody.
Yeah, good break for Corey Day. Like I said, they struggled, started the night off, didn't time in well and struggled to get through the heat race. Looked really good in the B-main. Wayne Purdy probably freed that thing up big time for Corey to be able to manhandle that car around this place.
What's going on back there, Tony?
They're about to fire Ryan Bernal off. He came in, the crew did a quick once-over around the left side, around the headers, and then back towards the left rear corner. Ryan just straight up told him, I think I heard something. I may have heard something go wrong. He came in to get it checked out. Nothing wrong, at least not that the team could see. So again, I think that lends itself to how treacherous this track is. After one incident, drivers are already a bit in their own heads and wanting to come in just to make sure nothing's wrong on their race car. Meanwhile, the Kading guys are still working on getting the Zero back down and out onto the track. They've had a big delay here on the right rear corner.
Yeah, I'm guessing it had to be some kind of suspension damage there, Brad, as well, on the Zero. The Zero heroes are working on it, trying to get it back out. If we talk about Corey Day, I also want to talk about Dominic Scelsi. I mean, he was fast in qualifying, made that mistake in the heat race, having to come out of the B-main. He's a guy that can really benefit from gaining 6 spots right off the rip right here and maybe make some way forward.
Absolutely. Dominic is sneaky crafty here at the Thunderbolt Raceway. You see him kind of rolling around, and the next thing you know, he's bam right there in the top 5, top 10, depending on where he's starting. So Dominic can get crafty as this race develops.
Another benefactor of a couple of incidents happening there. Tanner Holmes is going to restart the 8th position. Tarleton Racing number 21 car. That car finished 5th here last year with High Limit, with Cole Macedo behind the wheel. And Tanner was extremely strong at Vegas. Ended up 11th, but that was after he cut a tire, had to go to the work here, came back out. Started right around the top 10 in that race. And now he's going to restart what looks to be about the 8th position here for this one. And there is Bernal. He's back on the speedway on the backstretch. The NOS energy drink, JFM Motorsports car.
Another one we might need to keep an eye on, Chase, a driver that was involved in that was the 88W of Austin McCarl. Sanders tagged him pretty hard in the left rear. He elected not to go to the work area, so we'll see if anything potentially could be wrong with the 88W.
Yeah.
Hopefully nothing too severe.
A good point. I remember thinking back to the replay, he did get a pretty solid piece of that. Getting a look at him here on Flow. Looks like everything's fine from this vantage point. So the big unit going to keep on rolling. He had a 6th place run at Las Vegas Motor Speedway's dirt track, and now he's up there inside the top 10 for this restart. Lights are out on top of the HenderCars.com pace truck, and it will pull to the infield and leave the field in the hands of Brad Sweet and Rico Abreu for this complete restart. Chase Randall, Casey Kane, Tyler Courtney, Kyle Larson, Aaron Reitzel, Tanner Holmes, Austin McCarl, and Brent Marks will be your top 10 as we head to the chalk stripe in turn 4, and this race is back underway.
We rumble down the front straightaway. Brad Sweet absolutely launches down the front chute as Rico try to back his corner up a little bit. Down the back straightaway, it's all about Brad Sweet.
Brad Sweet showing the way, trying to get that first ever Thunderbolt Raceway win here tonight. Rico Abreu keeping him within sight as they roll back into turn 1. Third spot at this point in time. It looks to be the number 9 R of Chase Randall. He's hopping all over the place. Turns 3, or make that 1 and 2. Maintains third, but here comes Larson on the back bumper of Kane right behind him.
Absolutely, Chase Randall, Case Kane gonna have to be really good about hitting their lines the correct way as Larson is about to pick their pocket. He just got by Casey. Casey gets tied up against the curb as Larson got sideways off the exit.
Tanner Holmes has made up some ground on the restart. Started 8th. He's now up into the 6th position, getting by Tyler Courtney along with Aaron Reitzel. So the Tarleton Racing number 21 car about to make his way to the top 5. The next car he will encounter upside down.
Wow!
Two cars, I believe. Tire bouncing around in 3 and 4.
Dang, another one.
Golly. It might be the 19T of Thornhill. The other car involved is Justin Peck, and Tanner Thorson's there as well in a very precarious position.
Yeah, it looks like Thornhill just drove it pretty hard in the corner and lost
He's
the
out.
ground, and he is climbing out of the race car. So good news, that was a pretty
Bev.
wicked hit in turn number 3.
Colby Thornhill.
Are you advanced or late?
Oh, this tire is still rolling. This tire
Huh?
is across the line.
There you go.
Right there. That thing just rolled from
Are you
turn
advanced
21
or
to the start
late?
finish line. Wow. That's a rear tire, isn't it? No, it's a front tire.
Advance?
I was gonna say.
So that's
Be
actually
quiet,
the standard
then.
engineering wheel. So that's either the 26 or the 19T's wheels. That's Thornhill's right front.
Shut your door.
Yeah, hard to tell from this angle whose right front that's going to be, but you see Thorson's up there in the mix as well. I mean, what a weird spot for Tanner Thorson to be in. He's got the helmet off already. On top of the tractor tire down there, and Thornhill's car plopped over on its side with Thorson on top. That is tough to do right there, to get them in that sort of position.
Yeah, we've been in 2 incidences now where it's been kind of tricky to get the cars untangled around the Thunderbolt Raceway, and it's actually probably a good thing that Thorson has his headers turned up right there, because that would have been a little bit more damage to the 88 car.
Tanner Thorson talking with some of the officials right there. You saw the sponsor on the nose wing, The Ritual. That's actually a book that is sponsoring that car this year. The Ritual is a book that you can find on Amazon. And we'll see the replay in just a moment here. It sounds like Colby Thornhill lost the right front going into the corner, Brad, and here's a good shot of it. You see it's coming.
Just came around the spindle.
He chose that wheel chose a weird time to leave him, and it just bounced off the wall, and then you see Thorson lands on top of him. That wheel just kept going all the way around the track.
Yeah, it looks like either the spindle broke or just came apart on the right front, and definitely not what you want to see on either end of the racetrack. Here at the Thunderbolt Raceway, you're just hanging on, and unfortunately a lot of carnage in turn number 3.
Yeah, got to take some work to get those cars unhooked. They've got the tow truck hooked up to that 19 car of Colby Thornhill, who is now standing by with Tony Laporta.
Colby Thornhill out of the race car as they go to work on cleaning up our second very unusual incident of the night. First of all, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It just sucks, you know. Like, Corey's one of my best friends. Grew up racing together, and he's trying to win it on the first lap and bangs off the wall and tries to split me and whoever was in front of me and runs over the right front. And then, I don't know, I thought our Sanders Racing products were stronger than they were in the spindle snap going into 3 here. So, shitty ordeal. Bring a brand new race car here and try and compete with these guys, and this is how it ends for you. So it sucks, but my guys, we'll get it figured out, and we'll be at Kern Friday.
Colby Thornhill, glad to hear you're okay. He's not lying when he said it was a bunch of work, guys. He's been working away the last week or 2 to get all these cars ready to go to come out here and go racing on this West Coast swing with Kubota High Limit Racing. Tanner Thorson, meanwhile, is out of his race car. He did want to check with officials to make sure that he could get out, which was the safest thing to do, and then be allowed to get back in to his race car. Of course, track officials clearing him to do so. So he is up and out of the car and watching as they try to get that Rod Gross Motorsports number 88 off of the infield tire down here. And Tanner goes through a lot of work to build his race cars. exactly the way that he likes them. These Maxim chassis come to him through a custom order that he communicates with them on. So he doesn't have just backup after backup after backup. So you'll understand why Thorson is hovering, offering and watching as they clear his car off the inside berm over here, because he knows this race car has to be taken care of if he wants to continue this swing out here on the West Coast in his second season with Kubota High Limit Racing. We're going to try and talk to him, but we'll go back up to you guys for right now.
All right, we do know that Justin Peck is also in the work area right now. He was involved in that incident. Here's the replay again, Brad. We heard that Colby Thornhill mentioned Corey Day had gotten into him and maybe damaged that right front wheel there. Did not see it from that angle there.
Yeah, it might have been on the lap before, possibly,
Yeah.
because Colby was by himself down the back straightaway.
Sounds like we've got Tanner Holmes standing by now with Tony Laporta.
Tanner Thorson with me outside of that number 88. Tanner, what happened from your perspective?
Apparently some maintenance lacking, I guess. I seen the right front tire come whistling off that thing, and then obviously spun out in front of us, and we had nowhere to go. So it sucks, man. I feel like we're just constantly in a battle with whether our motors don't run or fighting the car, obviously, because it's a new car. But we're working hard, trying to get better, and I feel like we had something there. We were pretty good there, and now we'll see if we can go get this thing fixed.
All right, Tanner Thorson's heading to the work area right now, as they do have that Smith TI number 88 down and off of the infield tire. And then Chase, I'm gonna start hoofing it over to the work area and see if we can find out what's going on over there with Justin Peck.
That is a long run for Tony, all the way to turn 4 to outside of turn number 2 to get to the work area. Hopefully somebody can give him a ride to help speed up that process. But like we said, we do know that Justin Peck is over there. I would not expect to see the 19T of Colby Thornhill in the work area, but we do anticipate the 88 car of Tanner Thorson making his way towards that area. Well, we got 3 laps completed. Brad Sweet is the race leader so far. Rico Aber running in second. Third spot at this point in time is Chase Randall. Fourth is Kyle Larson, and fifth is Casey Kane. Sixth, Tanner Holmes. Seventh, Tyler Courtney. Eighth, Aaron Reitzel. Ninth, Shane Golobic, and 10th is Austin McCarl. Shane Golobic from 17th to 9th right now. He's only gone 3 laps, so obviously avoiding a couple of wrecks has helped him. We talked about him earlier on today, Brad. During Rodman's risk, he was, I want to say, plus 4,200, I believe, to win tonight. And so Shane Golobic making his way forward, the former Trophy Cup champion on 3 occasions, looks solid early.
Absolutely, and Shane's obviously a 3-time Trophy Cup champion because he knows how to avoid kind of the carnage that we see during the Trophy Cup. So Shane's very smart and crafty and knows kind of how to put himself in the right spots when it counts.
Couple more things to iron out down there in the 4th corner. While we do that, we'll take a break here on Flow and come right back.
Gonna be takes forever.
Cars coming back to life as it looks like a busy work area down there, and Tony Laporta has made his way over there.
It is busy down here, Chase. The 26 Routine Racing Machine of Justin Peck, who picked up Hard Charger Awards just a few nights ago in Las Vegas. They are finally done. It was a complete front end assembly swap. They also needed to put a new nose wing on the front end of that Hager Realty sponsored number 26. I asked Kevin Rudine, well, do you know what exactly is going on with it? When I first got to the work area, he said, yeah, it's a bad night. Meanwhile, the Rod Gross Motorsports Smith TI number 88 of Tanner Thorson has parked out here in the work area. They've got both ends of that race car up in the air right now. They're going to go to work on changing. They've got a whole front end assembly out and ready to go. Flat right rear. Want to confirm there's maybe also a flat left rear on the other side. Left rear looks okay. The rear end should only need that right rear tire swapped out. That's all like it looks like they're going for right now. Tons of help from crews not affiliated with either the 26 or the 88. That's one thing Kevin Rudine wanted to make sure everybody knew. His car, his driver, Justin Peck, getting back out on track thanks to the help of so many other team members down here, and that's exactly what's going on with that Smith TI number 88. They've got the new right rear on the back corner of Tanner Thorson's machine. They pulled the old bent up front end out of it. They are sliding the new one in. Doesn't look like they'll even need to replace the nose wing. Cars are getting fired up back outside. Thorson should be back down on the ground and ready to roll here before we fire him back off.
All right, we'll look for him to inch her on the back straightaway. Tanner Thorson needs to get back out there. There will be 6 of those franchises handed out at the end of this season. He is battling with 7 drivers for those 6 franchises, and so Thorson cannot afford to have a bad run in any night this year, or else he's going to be maybe on the outside looking in at the end of 2025. Cars catching back up to the pace truck. With 27 cars at the start of the race there, Brad, even with a couple getting knocked out, I mean, still a ton of drivers out there on the speedway right now, which will lead to them catching lap traffic much, much quicker.
Absolutely. I feel like we get into traffic in this main event, it's going to be a recipe for good things to come. We just need to get some laps strung together.
Yep.
Looking through this chase, he started 22nd. One of our Rookie of the Year contenders with high limit. That's Danny Sams, 22nd to 11th
Wow.
for this restart.
11th? Is that
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's what it shows on
Holy cow.
So he's plus 11 in 3 laps. So we're talking about Corey Day,
Yeah.
Dominic sneaking up there. Danny Sams is kind of quietly picking his way through.
Yeah, Danny Sams entering tonight was the leading Rookie of the Year contender presented by the Race Redeemed Foundation. And right now, Chase Randall is the highest running rookie in 3rd. Sounds like Tanner Thorson is ready to come back onto the racetrack.
So actually off the Kubota Highlander Racing side by side with our official Trent Hetzer. He was making his way back onto the track because Thorson still had his helmet off. The team did not look like they were going to have it last second. Trent got set back. Tanner's got his helmet off and ready to finish tightening up everything on the front end. They are getting the right wheel cover back on that number 88. And here we go. We're sending the 88 back onto the track.
All right, awesome stuff. And do want to say that this will be a single file restart here upcoming. Single file restart coming up. The orange cone on the front straightaway. Cannot pass before that cone, cannot hit that cone, and you cannot go below that orange cone. Anything is allowed after you get past the cone. As there is Tanner Thorson back onto the track, he will rejoin at the tail. But as Brad mentioned, keep an eye on a couple of guys making their way from the back. Danny Sams from 22nd to 11th. Making his way forward. Shane Golovic 17th to 9th. Sometimes keeping your nose clean is the best way to go about it. And it's working for those two right now. Lights are out. Still 27 laps to go. A long way from Brad Sweet maybe getting that first win here at the Thunderbolt, Tony.
Chase, remember, talked about in the pre-feature hit, 31 minutes is what it took to complete the first 10 laps when we were back here in the fall of 2024. This racetrack takes everything out of these drivers and teams.
We're probably closing in on that number right now. 3 laps in, as Sweet is back on the throttle, and we are back underway.
What a great restart by Brad Sweet. That thing absolutely just takes off down the front straightaway. Opens up his entry, drives across the racetrack, and now here comes Kyle Larson.
Nearly got together with Chase Randall off of turn number 2. Larson moves into the 3rd spot. Mostly everybody around the bottom towards the middle portion of the speedway, but that is going to change a lot as this race rolls on. Abreu nearly drew to the left rear of Brad Sweet in turn 2.
Brad Sweet's got the diamond move working in turns 1 and 2, as Kyle Larson alluded to in the booth earlier, as the traffic is only a handful of laps away. Sweet upstairs, Rico downstairs.
Good stuff at the front of the field. They are nose to tail down the back straightaway. Corey Day making his way towards the front of the field. He's now up to the 11th position. Make that the 12th position. The 14 BC is charging his way forward as Rico looks to the inside of Sweet in turn 1.
Sweet shuts the door off the exit in turn number 2. Rico trying to challenge in turn 3. Rico drives it deep into turn number 3. Gets the thing rotated, resets the car off the exit as Larson starts to rope him in as well.
Here comes the lap traffic. First car they will encounter is Tanner Thorson. Ryan Burnell's back there along with Justin Peck. Sweet a little bit sideways off the second corner. Now steps up to the high scary side. Abreu around the bottom. Hooks a rut right there and loses some ground with an Apollo Parts number 49 car.
Rico starting to struggle a little bit off the exit turn number 4 car. A little snug for Rico as he makes a bomb off of turn number 2. Opens up the door for Larson.
Kyle Larson now on the back bumper of Abreu. Goes to the cushion in turn number 1. Abreu bikes up off the corner. Larson diamonds it down. Takes the second spot away across the line. Kyle Larson sparks flying out of the back of the 57 in turn number 1.
Come on, Larson!
With Ryan Burnell. We will stay green. Larson.
Hey, what is it, babe?
Larson trail breaking it in the corner in car number 57, keeping the left rear loaded down in car number 57, trying to get it to rotate through turns 1 and 2.
He is is catching up to Brad Sweet. More traffic for your leader to contend with. To the outside of Robbie Price down the front straightaway. Puts another car between himself and Kyle Larson. All of the lap cars are on the bottom, which is huge right now for your race leader.
Sweet definitely needs to hustle in the corner a little bit more if he wants to keep Kyle Larson at bay. Spencer Basin's off the pace, and Peck is sideways in turn four.
Justin Peck almost lost the handle on the car, kept going, but the yellow will come out for Baston, who is
Larson is doing welding.
Spencer Basin running
What is that
18th at the
sparking
time.
It's a break.
Never only went to the work area once. What's going on down there?
He's using his brake.
It's like he's doing a welding.
Than the trip we had here back in 2024. Bradley, Turley.
But now he's going to be right on top of Brad Sweet.
And I know we're still far away from that point. We're 11 laps in. It was with 11 laps to go that Kyle Larson reeled in Brad Sweet by
The one they're going to have to worry about, I believe, is Day.
wall over in turn number 2. But how reminiscent does
He's
this
still
feel
coming.
to the last time we were here with Kubota Island Racing? It's literally shaping up nearly the exact same way. Just swap James McFadden out and put Rico Abreu in his place.
Absolutely. And look at Corey Day. He is now up to 7th. The 14 BC started back, as we mentioned, in 21st position, now up to 7th in 11 laps. I have a feeling, Brad, he might have something to say about this one by the end of the race.
He need to not have any. Need Larson to get out front and not have many cautions, and then he'll be able to pull it off.
19 laps left.
They're like Day getting up there,
car number 14.
having a bunch of cautions.
I alluded to it right before the other came out, how hard Larson's driving into the corner. Sweet definitely needs to pick up his approach on the entry.
He certainly does, especially when they get to the back of the field here. There's that cone once again. Going to be a single file restart. The rules about the cone, once again, cannot pass before it, cannot hit it, cannot drive below it. As we're going to the green this time by. HendrickCars.com pace truck is already in the infield. Brad Sweet, Kyle Larson, Rico Abreu, Chase Randall, Casey Kane, the top 5. Then you got Tanner Holmes, Corey Day, Tyler Courtney, Aaron Reitzel, Shane Golovic. Currently rounds out the top 10. This could get interesting, and I think it will get interesting. The final 20 laps here in Tulare.
Hey, 20 laps.
Sweet's restart's been pretty good this whole main event as Larson keeps with them a little bit closer. Through turns 1, 2, Sweet, a little hop, skip, and a jump. Here comes the 57.
Kyle Larson, very good off of turn number 2.
Oh! Oh my gosh.
Brad Sweet tries to cross him up. They're side by side across the line. Brad Sweet doesn't return the favor, tries to run the bottom, and Larson is going to rocket away down the back straightaway.
Larson around the outside. Brad Sweet
Hey,
now
my
Sweet's
gosh,
going to pick up the pace
Larson.
on entry. A little bit tight through the center. At turns 3 and 4, but Larson just absolutely rotating in car 57.
Brad Sweet going to have to hope for some traffic, hope for some issues for Kyle Larson.
He's
on
on
fire!
fire!
Larson got about a lap ago, already almost a straight away advantage over that bottle parts number 49. Rico Abreu still running in the 3rd spot. Chase Randall, Ford, Casey Kane make that Tanner Holmes down to the top 5.
Tanner Holmes up to 5th, Corey Day 6th, as lap traffic in the visor view of Kyle Larson.
Whoa! Whoa! Dang! What is that?
And there are cars off the bottom, so he's going to have to make some moves and make them quick. A couple of cars making their way up off the inside of the racetrack. Larson now coming up to the rear bumper of Tanner Thorson. The 26th of Justin Peck puts Thorson to the wayside, now working on Peck down the front straightaway.
Larson carving through traffic up this place. Now Rico Abreu takes a peek to the inside of Sweet. Sweet bounces through turns 1 and 2. Rico stays with him down the back chute.
Good battle going on for the 2nd spot as they now encounter the lap traffic. Sweet to the outside of Thorson. He'll get by him in turn 1. Sweet, very cautious, entering the top of the racetrack in turn number 1. Pulls away once again from Rico Abreu. Now, Larson's got a little bit heavier traffic to work with here with Robbie Price and Brett Marks.
Price shuts the lane down on Larson down the front straight. Larson has to check up ever so slightly the flags and then just absolutely blast around Price and Brett Marks as Sweet is fading in the distance now.
Almost into the wall in the backstretch was your 4th place car of Chase Randall. He's able to keep it going, maintain that 4th position. Brad Sweet gets by another car. That's the 42 of Cy Lynch, putting a car between himself and the 24 of Rico Abreu. Larson now underneath of the 5 of Brenham Crouch off of turn number 4. Cannot make the pass there. So it looks like some heavier traffic that are side by side right in front of your race leader.
Larson gets tight behind Crouch as Crouch took the line away. Austin Carl fights the handling on the 88W off of turn number 2. Larson has definitely had to slow his pace up. And car number 57, don't look down. Brad Sweet is coming back in the fight.
Brad Sweet closing back in on your race leader. Cannot get by Austin McCarl and Danny Sams. Sweet trying to get by Brenham Crouch. approach. He will do so off at turn number 2. No lap cars between your first and second place runners. They're side by side in front of your race leader, allowing Brad Sweet to maybe close in a little bit.
Danny Sam's upstairs. McCarl opens up his entry, closes off the line of Larson. Larson trips up a little bit on the right front through turns 1 and 2. They're still side by side down the back straightaway. A half straightaway lead for Larson. Getting up and going. Car number 57.
Outside of 2 cars right there. Big move from Kyle Larson to get by 2 lap cars. Now, Sweet has to try and make that same maneuver happen. Hooks the cushion in turn 1. Loses some ground once again to Larson.
Oh, yeah.
88W of Austin McCarl. 24D of Danny Sams. Back behind them, still your same top 5. It's Larson, Sweet, Avery, Randall, and it looks like the 21 of Tanner Holmes still in 5th.
Larson down the back straightaway is opening back up to a straightaway lead over Brad Sweet. Larson trying to put Dominic Selzy a lap down. Dominic's running in the 13th position.
Yeah, Larson might lap into the top 10 by the end of this main event. We've got 5 laps to go for the Silva Motorsports number 57. Closing in on Casey Kane, who runs in the 12th spot as of right now. Diamonds in off the corner and puts the number 9 car almost to the lightweight side. Cannot do it in turn 1. Goes to the outside and is able to make the pass on the HinderCars.com number 9.
Larson just trying to maneuver through the traffic. Go where they're not right now. His 57 car looks pretty sporty in this main event.
No issues whatsoever for your race leader. Some heavier traffic now with Caleb Montgomery, DJ Netto, Tyler Courtney, a couple drivers running inside the top 10. But Brad Sweet, the last time I was 2 seconds behind. So we really hope for a hiccup here from Larson with just a handful of laps to go.
Larson just manhandled the 57 car through turns 1 and 2. Hop, skip, jump, puts the car where he wants it and where he needs it. Puts a lap down on Caleb Montgomery. We're almost lapping inside the top 10.
Next lap is the top 10. That's the 88 of DJ Netto along the 7BC of Tyler Courtney. The white flag is in the air for Kyle Larson.
Oh my
He gets covered this time by to the checker.
He killed them all tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Winner.
Kyle Larson wins your time at the Thunderbolt.
He stomped them.
Oh my God.
That track is tough. Them cars are going all over the place. I mean, bouncing and moving, and
I know, it's bumpy.
he slaughtered them. He slaughtered
So
them.
Kyle Larson
That car
from
was bad
6th to
fast.
lead here tonight in dominating fashion, a 3.3-second lead at the end.
Next time gonna be late.
Didn't matter.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Didn't matter this time.
I
But
know,
man,
I know.
normally that would not be a good thing, but
Caleb Montgomery, Dominic Selzy,
that car was
Casey
just
Kane,
really
Austin
fast,
McCarl,
and he
Danny
was
Sams, the top 15.
driving
And
it
Brett Marks,
tonight.
Brenham Crouch, Justin Peck, Robbie Price, Cy Lynch, top 20. As Kyle Larson is now on the scales,
Making sure it's legal.
waiting to get confirmation that he has met the minimum weight requirement. And when he does, he's going to make his way over for the 2nd straight year to Thunderbolt Raceway Victory Lane here with Kubota Highland Racing. And
Legal.
Kyle Larson has cleared the scales. He's headed to Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. And the Silva Motorsports Volkins Brothers Trucking JBI Group number 57 will get his first win of 2025 with Kubota Highland Racing, and unofficially he will take over the points lead. Not that that really matters, he's not a full-time driver, but did want to mention that Kyle Larson will move into the points lead with High Limit. Brad Sweet, the de facto point leader entering tonight, his 2nd place finish will extend that point lead as well, as Kyle Larson will climb out of the FloRacing 57. He'll get the Kubota Highland Racing Victory Lane hat. VP, make that the Sunoco Racefield's checkered flag, the Hoosier Tire neckband. Debriefing with Trevor Canales and Paul Silva right there. And he absolutely, as Brad mentioned a few times, he manhandled that car around the place here tonight. And that's what it took. Hooked up Tulare, a little bit of character too, a little cowboy up, and that's right up his alley. Ready to climb up on top of the number 57. Owen's trying to beat him there. Audrey is there as well. And get ready to make some noise for your feature winner here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He loves coming back here to Tulare. How about it for young buddy Kyle Larson? Make sure everybody makes their way safely off the top of the car. Paul Silva there to catch Owen. Nice catch down there. And now Kyle Larson going to cross the front straightaway and go up onto the podium here at the Thunderbolt. Tony Laporte, you can take it away whenever you want.
Thanks very much, Chase. We've made our way here inside Whiskey Myers Victory Lane at the Thunderbolt Raceway. Race fans, what do you think of that one? Hey, we kind of got a habit of meeting up here on the top step of Whiskey Myers Victory Lane at Tulare's Thunderbolt Raceway. That was a wild and a woolly one. You like racing here?
Yeah, I love it. I love getting to race on tracks like that too. You know, maybe not every night, but every once in a while it's fun when it's elbows up and you know, whoever kind of runs the hardest can be the fastest. So yeah, that was a bit crazy there at times. Just really wanted to set a fast pace there. You know, it's hook up and rough like that. You catch traffic and start slowing down, your car just becomes very ill handling. So was trying to just hammer it in the corner as hard as I could to stay loaded, and yeah, that was fun. I'm out of breath, but just crazy behind the wheels. That was a ton of fun.
Speaking about trying to work with an ill-handling race car, the way this track changed, we're going to start calling you Sparky with the amount of flames you were throwing heading into turn 1 and turn 3. Is that a case of trail braking to try to get that left side to do exactly what you want when you get to corner entry?
I don't know. I think for me, I'm just on the brakes hard because I'm trying to carry as much throttle down the straightaway, like get in there hard, but also slow down enough for the corner. So, and then once you're in the corner, you're just kind of along for the ride. And you're on both pedals and just trying to hold the wheel straight and all that. So it's difficult, but yes, I could tell that it was glowing in my cockpit. So it honestly had me nervous because I knew the brakes were getting hot. So my pedal was getting a little bit long and had to pump, but thankfully he stayed with me there. So huge thank you to Paul Silva, everybody who helps on this 57, Fulton Brothers Trucking, Works Limited, Kevin's here, JBI, HinderCars.com, FloRacing, Durst, Roto-Rooter, Glenn Stiers, yeah, everybody involved. There's a lot of people. Finley Farms, I don't know if I said him or not, but yeah, just cool to come out here and get another win at Tulare.
How about this crowd on a Wednesday night? What do you think of this?
Yeah, it's badass. Central California is awesome. You know, it's just a core group of sprint car fans here in this region, and awesome to see a packed house here on a Wednesday night. So I look forward to tuning in on Flow, but I hope I see all you guys in the grandstands the rest of this weekend at the new Bakersfield Speedway, Kern Speedway, and then maybe on down to Paris. So thank you guys for coming out, and hopefully that was exciting for you guys.
Hey, I don't know if you know this or not, but that win just gave you the championship point lead with Kubota High Limit. So you're coming with us the rest of the year, right? What do you guys think? Should he stay on the road with us?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm a pickup
That would
truck
be
guy this
nice.
week at Homestead. So I got the Truck Friday, Xfinity Saturday, and Cup Sunday. So looking forward to that. But it is really, really cool to be just a small team like we are and not really get to race for points. So to leave Volusia with the Outlaw point lead, and then leave my second night here with High Limit as a point leader. 2 national tours. It's pretty special. So hopefully we can keep chipping away at the Cup Series and get to the point lead there too. It'd be honestly a really cool goal of mine to be able to be leading 3 of the toughest series in America in the same season. So we're gonna try hard for that, but got a lot of work to do, but we'll get a good start at it this weekend.
And unfortunately, you are not a full-time high roller. You don't tour with the series nationally. We wish you did, but you've been given special high roller status when it comes to the high rollers donating $1,000 of our angel donors' money to a charity of their choice. So with your victory here tonight in Tulare, where are you sending our angel donors $1,000?
Yeah, so I'm gonna I've had the honor of being around Sherry Pollux, who's since passed away, last year, year before, and got to be a part of the Martin Truex Jr. Foundation. But she had set up her own, Sherry Strong. So I'm gonna donate my money to that this year, and hopefully we can win a lot more of these highway races and donate to a good cause.
Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Kyle Larson. How about it for our camera guy, Kyle Windsor, keeping in the camera high up in the air. He came over and joined us in the 3rd position. Brad Sweet, 2nd place, flipping the result from the last time we were here back in the summer of 2024. 3rd, now up to 2nd, chasing Kyle Larson. What was the hardest part of tonight?
It was a little bit of survival in the A. Luckily, we were up front, but the track was definitely tricky and had a lot of character. Good old school Tulare. So Kyle was just, doing Kyle things out there, and it was very technical and tricky and uncomfortable at times. And for a second after he passed me, I knew, I was gonna really have to come up with something special to try to give him a run for his money. But I caught back up a little bit, and then he made a few moves in traffic, and I about flipped. So that was about my race at the end, just trying to get to the finish, and happy we got the Napa Auto Parts car to tonight with a solid finish. So these are the tough nights, beginning and end of the season when the tracks have a lot of character that you really got to work hard to get the good finishes. So just hats off to my guys, and like I said, thanks for the crowd for coming out, and obviously, hopefully we'll get a little bit better at Kern and Paris this weekend.
All right, he says the track had a lot of character. He had a lot of speed. Let's make some noise for 2nd place, Brad Sweet. Rico Abreu.
Rico!
We had back here at the end of the summer last year, just you and Brad flip positions. You start on the front row, finish on the podium. What was your night like here in Tulare?
Just had to be strategic with everything and just process. That's the biggest thing for me is, developing to the race car a little bit quicker in circumstances like that. Very technical Thunderbolt Raceway tonight. Tricky to do some hairy wall banging there. It was a little wet middle. The guys were doing it in 1 and 2, but my car was just a little bit laid over on the right sides, and the harder I drove it, I feel like the more mistakes I made. So I was just trying to recollect everything, process, and just try to set a good pace to where I could keep up with these guys. And I felt like traffic would slow them down, but you just really had to make the right moves at the right time. So track position was key there, and we just can't thank Ricky, Zach, Brady. We got the Pacific Boring guys in town, arczone.com. We're in their area, so it makes it a pleasure to race and get to hang out with everybody here on the West Coast.
Hey, you were the DJ tonight. It was all Whiskey Myers all night.
Yeah, they're my band, man. I love all those guys, Jeff and Chris, Cody Tate. They just do an amazing job. Just anybody that ever gets to experience going to a concert and the atmosphere that Whiskey Myers creates, gives me chills talking about it right now. And to stand in victory lane and listen to the Wolf song is definitely makes you want to drive a little bit harder to get up here.
It's an all California podium. What do you think about that, folks? Rico Abreu in 3rd, Brad Sweet in 2nd, and your winner is Kyle Larson. We're going to hang out here in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. We need folks to please make a clear path for our photographers down in front. If you are right in front of the stage, please help us out. These guys need to get some photos taken. But look at that shot right there. Kyle Larson, Brad Sweet, and Rico Abreu, the top 3 we saw when we were back here in 2024. And it's the same top 3 once again. Flipped 2nd and 3rd round, but man, what a great night.